Welcome back to CBS 4K, and this is Starfield. Notice how my voice is slightly deflated. Look at the mostly negative. It could be worse. It could be overwhelmingly negative. I suspect it's going to be overwhelmingly negative soon. So don't hold your breath on that one. So why is it mostly negative? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Apparently, Bethesda done did a Bethesda and got some horse armor for the game. They did paid mod, and here's the thing: the crazy part, they didn't even have like the full quest line. Wait, it's not even the full quest. I think there's a few articles about this, but for the most part, they got a DLC there that's not the complete package of the DLC. You're just buying a part of it for $8. Now I think you might get some special currencies for some people who ordered a special pre-order or something like that. But for the rest of us, we just get the privilege of buying $8 DLC. Now, why is it a big deal? $8 is nothing. Well, I've got news for you. It's not the full DLC. You're gonna have to get other parts of the DLC, and they're probably gonna cost $8 or $10 or more. I was gonna say less, but let's okay. Bethesda has lost the benefit of the doubt in this scenario. Okay, so why? Okay, why is this a big deal? It's a big deal because Bethesda is trying to use its pedigree. Look, they even advertise their old games here, Skyrim and Fallout 4, to basically nickel and dime us. And I'm not telling you what to do with your money, okay? It's your money. You have every right to do whatever you want to do with it. But I ask that you please do not buy this DLC. And the reason I say that is because it's Bethesda. And Bethesda is the same company that brought us horse armor. It's the same company that brought us Fallout 76. And their infamous Creation Club store where they shake you down for more money. Bethesda, in my mind, is probably both the greatest gaming company and the worst gaming company at the same time. I don't know how they managed to do it. It's quite impressive. In the worst category, they do all the things I mentioned. In the great category, they come up with things like Skyrim and Fallout that are just magnifique. Well, they didn't create Fallout. Now, I'm going to just tell you my overall experience with Starfield. At first, I liked it. I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. It's Bethesda being Bethesda. Yay! Then the bugs kicked in, and then all the loading screen kicked in, and Bethesda was Bethesda again. But you know what? I was like, you know what? I'm being fair. Cyberpunk had the same problems with Cyberpunk. The difference is Cyberpunk did like Witcher 3 that was loved by everybody. And then they did Cyberpunk and they sort of just, they weren't prepared for how difficult it was going to be to basically code a game for both new hardware and the old hardware at the same time. So it was like they were trying to do some stuff for the PS4, the PS5 and stuff like that. But they really should have just focused on one gaming console and just one generation of gaming console, which was the current one at the time, and just put all their effort in that. Do the other one later if you have time. But honestly, Cyberpunk, they earned their way back in. Now, Bethesda does the same thing. But Let me finish my story with Starfield. So I was kept loading in and out of areas in the map, and I was getting more and more bored. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? Let's be fair to Bethesda. They'll get it working again. They care about their customers at some point. That was naive. So very, very naive. But here's the thing, I do think they'll fix it eventually. Just like not right now. If you catch my drift. They'll catch it, they'll fix it up in like, I don't know, a few months from now. Like they're working on it, like they said, but they're gonna have their share of problems. They're probably not gonna do something really great. Like, I don't want to say it's bad. It's just that it's hard for me to forgive some of the things they do. And like the shipbuilding was awesome in that game, but the loading screens. If it would had been like 10 or 20 years ago, well, not 20 years, but 10 to 12 years ago, those loading screens wouldn't have been a big deal. But if I could say, if it was anything, it would probably felt after I got through so many loading screens into an empty planet. Like, I mean, there's probably stuff on there to do. I could build a base. I could get into fights, but there was no NPCs. There was no quest lines in that area. It was just a desert. It was just a desert. I had no reason to stay there either. I had a ship. I could just leave. I wasn't trying to escape nothing. I wasn't trying to fight with nothing. I wasn't trying to build something. I was just there. I probably could have built an outpost, but why bother? You don't really need to build an outpost, and the outpost system is very complex and slows you down a little bit. Like, I think that's the problem, and the other problem with Starfield. It had so many hats, but it didn't know which one it was going to wear. I think I might do a review on this game, honestly. If you guys want me to do a review, put it in the comment section. But I ask you to reconsider if you ask me to do so, because that's going to be a lot of work for me to do a review on Starfield. Mostly because I had to sit there and play it. It's not... When it's interesting, it's really fun. It's a really fun game when it's picking up. When you're in there, when you're shooting, when you're in a spaceship, it's fun. It's pure unleaded fun. But when you're out of it and you're just sort of just going from place to place, it's kind of draining on you to keep doing it. Like if I was gonna do it, I'd probably just do like a crazy overtop build, maybe. Anyway, I'm so glad you spent some of your time with me. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. If you can hit the subscribe button, I would also appreciate that. And check out these other videos in the end card right now and click on them. I'll see you there.